Hello, beloved. This is Paladin Fair for Christ. I wanted to make a quick video about a dream I had today. So, I slept a lot the past few days. I was just feeling so dragged down. So, it didn't feel normal. But, instead of working on videos like I wanted to do, I just slept. And so, when I finally needed to sleep for my job, I couldn't do it very well. And that's normal for me because I usually get anxiety before my work day. But this is the time when God gave me a dream again. And in this dream, I was in like a museum. I saw the scene of like a Neanderthal. It was plain as day. I was standing in front of one of those exhibits with missing links. Exhibits you might expect. Mannequins depict Neanderthals. The message that he has given me is that great deception is going to be that the Nephilim are going to come back to Earth very soon, probably shortly after the rapture. Going to claim that they seeded the Earth, that they are our makers, our originators, that we evolved from them. And that, all these years, there's always been this belief that we've evolved from apes. And that for years, if you've watched Ancient Aliens and a lot of the media out there, that there's been this push for the belief that aliens created us. And this is by design. Nephilim is going to claim that they created us. And people are going to believe it because it's been subliminally programmed through our media for many years. And through this, people will take the mark and they will cease to be human. But God is going to counter their plan. He's going to send the two witnesses in time. They're going to preach for as long as they're alive. They are going to preach the gospel, and they're going to have miraculous signs, protect themselves, and also,
it is written that while the two witnesses preach in Jerusalem, 144,000 Jews will convert as a result of seeing their signs and wonders. The 12,000 from every tribe of Israel will be sealed by God and given a mantle of power to carry the gospel to every corner of the world, which will counter the great deception and the designs of the devil. The 144,000 will be supernaturally protected and will have no fear of death as they fulfill God's will, bringing in the fullness of the great harvest. Eventually, however, the two witnesses, who I believe are Enoch and Elijah, will be prevailed against by the Antichrist and murdered in the streets of Jerusalem. The whole world will watch them like hawks through a camera lens, because men will be afraid to move their bodies. After 3 days, the Lord will resurrect them, and they will ascend into the clouds, just as Jesus did, in full view of everyone. It will be undeniable proof that God is real, but of course the majority will choose to believe lies instead.
so don't believe everything that you hear and everything that you see. Always question everything, but it is prophecy. He's the only God that has known the beginning from the end, and the end from the beginning. The only God that's come to earth and lived as a human being for 30 years, 33 to be exact. And he died for you so that he could undo the curse that brought into this reality because of sin. And this is the only way to heaven, the only way back to the source of all creation, which is God. He is God. And I hope and I pray that you hear this, because time is short. Everyone can feel something's coming, but his children, his bride, we know he's coming very soon. God is merciful, and he won't abandon you if you live for him.
Jesus said, "He that loveth his life shall lose it, and he that hateth his life in this world shall keep it unto life eternal. If any man serve me, let him follow me, and where I am, there shall also my servant be. If any man serve me, him will my Father honor." And that is John 12:25-26.
If you choose to die for Jesus, to die for your faith, he won't abandon you. He'll give you everything that you need, but know that sometimes his will requires that you fall. Sometimes that's the only way to sow seed, where otherwise it was bare. There's nothing to be afraid of, beloved, when you have God on your side. God wants you to know that he's going to stick with you until the very end. Don't fall for the great deception. Okay, it is a lie from the pit of hell. God created you. Spark of conception formed you in the womb. Your soul, your spirit was created by him. Destiny for an eternity with him. You are not some clump of cells that evolved from a pond scum. That is an utter demonic lie. We are made in the image of God, and the enemies of God are coming back to earth. At a time they will have control, and they will be able to prevail. But Jesus is coming back, rule and reign, just as the Bible foretold. Just look at prophecy. If you have any doubt, you need to look into biblical prophecy. No other faith on this planet has such a thing. It is proof that you need. It is absolute proof that our God, God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Yahweh, Jehovah, he is the true God and the only God. And he is coming back. This world was made by him, and ultimately it belongs to him. And he's not going to surrender it to these monsters. I hope this has blessed you. Take care, beloved.